In the far reaches of the Arctic, where the sun graces the horizon for only a handful of fleeting months, two giants of survival dominate their separate worlds. On the ice, the polar bear, silent monarch of the frozen realm. In the depths, the orca, master strategist of the sea. If these two apex predators were ever to meet in this unforgiving wilderness, who would truly reign as ruler of the North? The polar bear, solitary, patient, and deliberate. Social, calculated, and astonishingly agile. A polar bear can weigh nearly 1,500 pounds, its thick, insulating fat and dense fur forming a fortress against the numbing cold, allowing it to endure months of icy wind and drifting snow. The orca, even mightier, reaching up to 8,000 pounds, possesses a smooth hydrodynamic frame that slips effortlessly through frozen seas, powered by a heat-regulating circulatory system designed to keep this predator swift and efficient in frigid waters. The bear's enormous paddle-like paws spread its weight evenly, letting it cross fragile sea ice without breaking through. Beneath the waves, the orca's towering dorsal fin and muscular tail work in perfect unison, natural engines that propel it to speeds exceeding 30 miles per hour. For the polar bear, the nose is its most formidable hunting tool, capable of detecting a seal over a mile away, even beneath snow or ice. The orca depends on another sense entirely: sound. Using echolocation, it sends out pulses and reads the echoes, mapping the world around it with precision, even in total darkness or under thick ice. The polar bear's jaws can crush with a force of 1,200 pounds per square inch, enough to dispatch a seal in seconds. The orca's bite is in another league, over 19,000 psi, nearly 16 times more powerful, capable of taking down prey many times its own size. One predator hunts alone, a shadow on the snow. The other moves like a trained battle unit, each member in sync, executing the hunt with military precision. But who truly claims the crown of the frozen North? To answer that, we must follow them into the hunt, beginning with one of their most prized meals, the seal. The polar bear is the embodiment of patience. Seals, fast, wary, and perfectly adapted, must still surface for air. When the Arctic ice fractures, leaving only a scattering of breathing holes, the bear becomes motionless, blending into the snow, a pale phantom waiting for a ripple of movement. Then in a flash, it strikes with lethal accuracy. As climate and seasons shift, so must its methods. When ice retreats, the bear stalks across snowdrifts, each footfall soundless. Even the flick of an ear risks alerting its quarry. And in open water, the bear transforms yet again, slipping below the surface, holding its breath, rising beneath the unsuspecting seal. The attack is sudden, brutal, and final. For the bear, each catch is survival in its purest form. The orca's approach is entirely different, a masterpiece of coordination. Upon spotting a seal stranded on an ice floe, an orca will not attack immediately. Instead, it calls to its pod. Together, they surge forward in perfect formation, creating powerful waves to shatter the ice or tip the seal into the frigid water. Once submerged, the seal faces relentless pursuit. Guided by echolocation, the orcas close in from multiple angles, cutting off every escape. In open water, their dominance only grows. They widen their formation, trailing the prey with unhurried confidence. Then, with a signal invisible to the human eye, they explode forward, ending the chase in mere seconds. One predator's art lies in silent, solitary precision, the others in a symphony of collective power. Either way, for the seal, the game is over before it begins. Yet both hunters are capable of far greater feats, taking down prey as formidable as young whales. Beneath the ice lies a realm of giants. Beluga whales, pale as the ice itself, stretch up to 13 feet and weigh over 2,000 pounds. Beside them swims the narwhal, the legendary unicorn of the sea, with a spiral tusk and mottled gray skin, spanning up to 18 feet. They surface together through precious breathing holes. And here, the polar bear waits. Ready to lunge in a blur of white fur and muscle. A single chance, a single strike. Success is never guaranteed, but hesitation is never an option. On rare occasions, shifting tides push a young whale dangerously close to shore. If a calf drifts too far from its mother, the bear seizes the moment. Leaping from rocky ledges, landing with crushing force. But in the open sea, the tide turns. The orca claims its throne, separating calf from mother, surrounding it, and driving it into exhaustion over hours. Then comes the decisive strike, multi-ton bodies slamming, ramming, and pulling the calf beneath the surface in a coordinated, merciless assault. When hunger presses, neither predator is bound by routine. Polar bears turn to new prey. Arctic foxes, seabirds, eggs, carrion, even other bears. Some are bold enough to intercept migrating caribou, forcing them into icy rivers. Dragging them ashore in a spray of water and snow. Others take on enemies armed with tusks and armor. Walruses. Weighing over 1,000 pounds, they are living fortresses. Yet an experienced bear can isolate the weak or the young, bringing them down with raw strength and lethal precision in battles that offer no second chances. The orca, too, has a vast and fearsome repertoire. It will attack great white sharks, massive sea lions, even humpback whales. Certain pods have perfected advanced techniques. Flipping sharks belly up to induce paralysis, or blasting prey with powerful sonar bursts to stun them before the kill. Two predators, each unrivaled in its own arena. The polar bear, a shape-shifting warrior of ice and snow. The orca, a strategist and tactician, unrivaled in the depths. Though they share the extremes of the polar world, their realms remain divided. One above the ice, the other beneath it. Polar bears roam the frozen coastlines of Canada, Greenland, Russia, Norway, and Alaska, bound to the sea ice that delivers seals to their claws. When the ice disappears in summer, they must roam vast distances, scavenging what they can on land. Orcas travel the globe, found in every ocean. Yet the most formidable pods thrive in cold, nutrient-rich waters. Along the edges of the Arctic, the Antarctic, and the Pacific coast of Canada, where abundance fuels their cooperative hunts. The bear's survival is chained to the ice. The orca's mastery spans entire oceans. Encounters between them are almost mythical. Separated by their habitats, their worlds rarely collide. And so there is no definitive victor. Each stands as undisputed ruler of its own kingdom. But in the unlikely event of a true showdown, who would triumph? That answer remains locked in the frozen silence of the North.